Good morning, my name is Bill Aubrey. I'm the caretaker of Maverick, 1966 50-foot Stephens. We keep the boat in Sausalito, California at the yacht harbor, and I've been there since May of this year. I grew up on the East Coast. My family owned Trumpy motor yachts, and when I came out here, there weren't a lot of Trumpies around, and I just had, and I saw this couple Stephens boats and had an infatuation for them, and always wanted one. And my wife Jonay and I have been looking for one for a Stephens for the last 4 or 5 years. We were coming down the Napa River after a cruise out to Napa Valley Yacht Club with my friends Ross and Tammy, and I grabbed the binoculars because I saw a Stephens sitting under a shed in Vallejo, California. And so I took a look at it through the binoculars and said, that's a beautiful boat. And that was in May, and by October I figured out where the boat was and that it was actually it was up for sale at this point. And my wife and I at this point had probably looked at 8 or 9 different Stephens in the last 6 or 7 months. And as soon as we walked on this one, we knew this was it. This was the boat, and been happy with it ever since.
Any customization you did to it, restoration?
The only thing that's been done this year since I got it, my wife and I got it, is all the varnish has been stripped on the entire boat, with the exception, and we're rebuilding it with the exception of this handrail right here and the transom. But this is pretty much fully closed. But I haven't had to do much of anything, just normal maintenance and upkeep.
Tell me which model this is and how big it is, and just any technical details, motors and so forth.
She's hull number M121. The keel was laid in 1965, and she was launched in February of '66. She's a 50-foot flush deck cruiser, powered by original General Motors 671 engines. The motors only have 2,230 hours on them. The generator was replaced, and we have 106 hours on her now, which is not very many hours. And for the 671 series engines, 2,200 hours, that's break-in hours. So she's been modernized with up-to-date electronics, new cabinetry inside.
Air conditioning.
Got air conditioning. We have three separate air conditioning units.
Okay, now let's have your wife come in and sit with you.
Hi, this is my wife, Jonay Aubrey.
Hi. We got this boat in February, and we've used it a lot. It's been fun. It's been a nice escape, especially during COVID. It's got a great layout, and it has everything on it that I want in a boat. So it works.
So have you had boats before since you've been married?
Yes. Yes, we had a 40-foot Matthews, and not quite as equipped as this boat. So this is nice to have a galley and to have working heads and shower. So it's good.
We started out with a Chris Craft antique runabout, which we still have, all varnished mahogany. And then we got the 40-foot Matthews, which she was 1934 Matthews. So we've always had affection for wooden boats. And we additionally have a 35-foot Herreshoff Ketch, which we designed which we keep in San Diego.
Where are your favorite places to go in the Delta?
Tinsley.
Yeah, we go to Tinsley a lot.
Tinsley. But we're fortunate to be able to go there. We're members of the Sausalito Yacht Club, but every year they have a cruise in, and we always go up with our friends Ross and Tammy. And we enjoy there. Rio Vista, we've been there a few times. Oxbow, as mentioned earlier, we've gone there. This is our first time here at Village West, and this is a pretty bitchin' place.
Very good.
Oh, Napa.
This is called Help Me Make It Through the Night.
Tell them about the guitar.
And this guitar is a 1962 Martin, referred to as a parlor guitar.
Oh, we're on television again. This is what we call yachting and aft-decking.
Yeah.
We're aft-decking
We are
right now.
yachting.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, this is the most enjoyable part.
Yes. My affiliation and affection with wooden boats, that's how I started. Way back when I was a youngster. That was a 112-foot Trumpy that we had on the East Coast. We'd be in Fort Lauderdale in the Bahamas in the wintertime, and we'd cruise up to New York and New England in the summer. Did a lot of chartering, and it was a great life, and I've always enjoyed it, and that's how I stayed with wooden boats. Never owned anything that was plastic.
What happened to the Trumpy Boat Factory?
Just like Stephens, you know, the getting craftsmanship, people, the craftsmen to build these things is got harder and harder and more expensive to do, and then it just became cost prohibitive. And the Trumpy yard in Maryland shut down, I think, in Annapolis shut down in 1974. They kept the yard for maintenance going for a while, but they quit building boats. And then they ended up liquidating everything and filing bankruptcy. There's still some Trumpies around, like there's still Stephens around, and then hopefully there'll be stewards that will maintain them even after I'm gone.